I think now we can start. If there is a fire, where do you run for your fire extinguisher? If you close your eyes, where do you see your master fader? Where do you see your strobe? That is your strobing point. Parameter here, let's say here, and do this and this, exactly these things, and then also do this. It's inhuman. So today we're gonna do some magic. Before we start, let's close down what we were doing last time. Last time we started, let me just change to the Resolume because this is the playlist from the last show. So these are some layers. I have mask. Okay, so how did we reach to this point? Let me just recap very quick. We started off like very nice people. We started off by renaming them. We tried to color code them and made them look good, but the color code isn't that vibrant, so it's suggested you do that, but I personally don't, but it's okay. No shit, no problem. So either way, we updated, we renamed our layers, and we added all sources from our source tab generators, and we promised ourselves that we were going to make a whole playlist with all the sources given inside Resolume, no extra plugins and no other visuals. So we came up with plotting this. Then we added a mask layer called this. This one is supposed to mask the layer below, like here, one below. So this covers masks this one. And then we customized all the clips and parameters. We went to detail like this and made funky thing everyone in BPM. So now we can like go dick taka dish taka dick taka dish re sing taka dish taka dick taka dish taka. Nice. So and we customized all the clips. Then like a nice person, like who is sane and who don't want to lose everything, we have updated all the thumbnail. Like after we noodled everything, we customized this clip. So this was something else. So we have updated the thumbnail so that we don't get lost. And then we connected some effects inside composition. So we have updated some compositions in here. Those were mapped to dashboard, but this time we're going to go detail into dashboard. How about that? Let me break down a great news from me that there is a very awesome course I'm releasing on my channel. The shop is called Studios Z. I'm going to give the link in the description. I'm going to update it later. So we're going to have our first course, training course release, that is called Resolume Masterclass. I have tried my best to put on those Resolume Masterclass. This is a very good, very organized basic masterclass, Resolume Masterclass, the production we made. And this is going to be a very decent production. Let's say no more and let's dive into Resolume. This time we're going to talk about shortcuts. So I have layout where we could see clips, layer, composition, and I have the preview here. Effects, also a very important thing is whenever we do any shortcut, let's say shortcut, the shortcut window pops up here so that we can see all the features. I'm just saying this is going to come in handy later maybe. But why do we need MIDI mapping, keyboard mapping? It's because that we cannot just go inside a parameter here, let's say here, and do this and this, exactly these things, and then also do this. It's inhuman. That's why musicians have some controllers. They have been using them very long time. So VJs have use the same MIDI controllers. There are very few MIDI controllers for VJs. MIDI controllers allow you to have some physical control to these parameters or this knob or this button. So you can just physically turn on and turn off anything. You can fade something, and there are some touch sensitive MIDI controllers. Today I'm going to do with Akai APC40 MK2, my very trustworthy one. Let's say that we have this thumbnail thing is rolling. That's cool. Okay, so this is also going nice, but it's happy already. But I want to have the frequency in my hand. How about that? So we have an external keyboard here. I'm going to MIDI map to this block of the keyboard and try to do something. So we have, let's say, let's go detail of the first clip. So this one has a fragment. So we cannot go into detail of all the clips and all the parameters and all find them. And so how do you do that? That the best way is to have dashboard. I have a dashboard here. Dashboard has a bunch of knobs. You can add more, I think. Oh no, I think you can add up to 8. Either way, if you don't find this dashboard, you can just go to view and show dashboard here. So you can see dashboard. So clip has dashboard, same like layer has dashboard, and exactly like composition has dashboard. Last time we tried dashboarding with what? Strobing, yeah. So we're gonna keep them, no problem. Okay, so I'm going to go in gross and try to connect everything, one parameter or two parameter from each clip to our two dashboards here and get them in our control, so that we just worry about just the dashboard, not everything. We don't worry about going into detail. So let's just dive in. This one has, what do you want to control? Distance is no, fragment no, maybe speed no, I think. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Rotation Y. Let's drag this to our dashboard 1. Let's go to our next footage called gradient. Okay, I can see we have made a nice one. Let's tap to BPM and see how it works. It goes like tak doom doom tak doom doom tak doom doom tak doom tak. Okay, that's talking with us. So this terrain, what we can do is we're gonna go to the tilt. Yeah, the tilt looks good, but we're gonna do something interesting here. We're going to range the tilt. Let's say, so to do that, we are pulling this part. So this is our starting range. This is our ending range. Let's check out the tilt. I think this is boring. Let's just reduce it and let's get it here. Okay, the tilt looks fine. Next, let's go to the next one. Next one we have, let's try to do the speed. I don't think we can do the speed. No, speed comes with this playhead, so this cannot be dashboarded. So we're gonna noodle with the distance. No, I think all this comes with this parameter. We are going to change the color. Okay, this palette goes to our dashboard 1. So our dashboard changes the color. Like that. Also, we cannot let it go that sweet. Let's change the scale. We have to unfold the scale. This scale to the same dashboard. Let's also limit this. This goes to 80% and maximum would be 120%. Let's see what happens. So goes like okay, the smaller one is not good. This should be 100% and this should go more. So yeah, makes some sense. So this one, next one, what we're gonna do, we are gonna do the spacing. What happens? Yeah, and we have to range, I think. Let's put it into the range. Okay, let's go to the 5th one on the layer BG. Okay, this was Metaball. This was, I think this was called virus or blood something. We're gonna do is, we're gonna noodle with the fuzziness. What happens if we noodle with fuzziness? This goes crazy. So let's reduce the top. Maximum would be this and no fuzziness. Yeah, we are done with the first. layer. For the second row, okay, we're gonna try to map 1 or 2 parameters. Again, we can map amount. Yeah, let's see what happens if we map amount. Okay, what happens? Yeah, this goes after this goes bad. So let's limit it. So the amount is fine. Amount is fine. Again, let's correct fuzziness. How about that? Again, let's reduce the fuzziness because we don't want to fuzz it out. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, let's go to the second one. What happens here? Okay, this palette is nice, but the color is too down, maybe. Yeah, this is okay. Okay, so this is very much jumpy. Let's just make it slow. Yeah, it was annoying. Okay, we want to connect the tilt. What happens if we tilt it? It tilts. It tilts like sweet. Fine. Do to the next one. I think let's just control this one. Should be color controlled. And also maybe zoom. Let's see what happens if we zoom in. Okay, and the range would be this much. So let's reduce the range. Okay, this looks good. If we do this musically, this is gonna look crazy. I'm liking this already. All right. For this one, what we're gonna do is line width. Again, fuzziness. No, I'm bored of fuzziness. Okay, how about frequency? Yeah, I want to control the frequency. But I think I want to limit the frequency to something that is meaningful. Oh no, this is good. So next one would be, okay, we can do the speed this time. How about this? Yeah, the speed works nice. Okay, layer 2 done. We can do the same thing with the mask, but let's not do this, but let's go with the top layer. On the top layer, what we're going to do is, we can also zoom, but we did the zoom thing before. What is frequency? Yeah, let's do the frequency. What's the frequency? This is crazy. We have to, let's say, okay, this is a maximum frequency threshold. Okay, this is okay. How about this one? This one, okay. Last time we made the variant of this one. This time we're going to do the line width. What happens? Okay. But we don't want to get rid of line and we don't want this fat like that. Yeah. Okay, fine. Let's also connect our, again, zoom maybe, but this time we are going to invert zoom. How about that? So when we zoom, this goes like this, and when we zoom out, no, this is too much. Let's just make this threshold a little closer. Fine, I think this looks fantastic. And then this is called spiral. Spiral, we can just do the speed maybe. Let's see what happens. The speed. Oh no, this is not good. Control Z does undo for Resolume. So leaves maybe. Hey, what happens if we change the leaves? This changes. Okay, this is okay. So let's do the distortion. Let's see what happens with the distortion. I think that looks okay. So we made another super sweet one. Okay, with the radial cloner, well, we can noodle the end radius. And again, we wanna noodle the pan offset. What happens? Yeah, this looks good. Fan offset, we just range it somewhere. Okay, And the last one would be this again, this spiral. This is looking very boring this time. I don't know what we were doing last time. So maybe let's change it to something. Let's increase the control the fader speed. So let's range the speed so it has some speed whenever and also not make super fast. We have successfully made a lot of dashboard controls. Let's just jump in and drop to some layer effects here and layer controls. So what effects do we have in our layer 1? Let's place some visual effects here. So this is a BG layer. I personally would prefer to have some backgroundish effects. How about I love Aquarella. I was using Aquarella in a concert and it was so beautiful. So let's noodle with Aquarella on the background layer. So this Aquarella messes up everything, so we can always mix gradually. So opacity control. You can also control other parameters, but let me just map the opacity control of layer 1's Aquarella. Layer 2's, what do we have effect as layer 2? Okay, so layer 2 has some middle class visual, means like medium type, layer mid type visuals. Okay, let's do goo. I love goo. Shimmer. Let's drop this shimmer. This has a crazy shimmery look. This is what I like. I'm gonna increase the size of the distortion, but I'm going to change. I'm going to connect the opacity. This opacity I'm going to connect to alpha, not add, and do the dashboard. So I can always blend in. So for the mask, I don't need any, but for the top, I need one FX. Let's drop something. Okay, what is on the layer, top layer? Let me just see. Okay, these items deserve to have infinite zoom. So I am going to not this much of the range, reduce the range. Maybe alpha is fine. Yeah, I think I'm going to change the opacity. I'm going to take the opacity and connect it to the dashboard. So now we have this mix. We can always go wow. Okay, for this one, oh no, for we have done all our layer dashboard mappings. When we have done our composition mapping, either way, let's get rid of our very precious strobe this time. We're going to do 4 dashboard for our composition because we love our composition. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is baby strobe. So we're going to connect the opacity of the strobe to dashboard 1, connect the frequency to dashboard 1. You can say why frequency to dashboard 1? Because I'm going to do some other magic. The limit goes to 0.99, means brrr, like the crazy one, and the lowest amount is 0.6 something. So whenever we strobe, we just don't strobe, we strobe with mixing with one knob. So that's our strobe. Now the effects I love and I need because it's very important to have control to take everything crazy. So let's take Twitch, and I would start with chaos. Let's put some visual to see what's chaos. This is really chaos. So max position. Let's limit max position. We don't need this wiggling that much. We don't need the lighting that much. It's just bending. Oh, let's just don't move or move little like this. So okay, we have a decent twitch in our hand. Let's connect it to the second fader. Ta-da! Okay, how about we are playing some visual mixes which are going very nice, and we are happy, and we're flying, everything is fine, but we want to flow, blend out. So let's have a terrain effects like that, which in the composition turns everything into a terrain. So let's fix the height, let's reduce the speed. Maybe this doesn't go that crazy, or it goes inverted. We want to mix one video to another video, we can just go to terrain and blend it. You know what, I'm gonna try to change the blend mode and do some other things than regular thing. This blend mode I can use displace, so this will always displace the pixels. So let's say we have this one rolling, and we will nice. Let's assign another FX for our fourth dashboard. For this one would be, I would need something subtle, maybe circle, yeah, circle, or circle on a circle looks stupid, so this one on a circle is fine. Oh no, circle is bad, let's change it. How about let's do some RGB, shift RGB. Okay, so shift RGB, to check out shift RGB I need some something that is not that crazy. This is okay. Okay, so for red I want my red to go timeline and go like real crazy. It's like super fast, my red is swinging. That preset is called acid trip. Yeah, you just have to limit these presets and you're straight up gonna have an acid trip. And I'm gonna change the blend mode and then the opacity to our dashboard 4. So we have successfully connected all our things, everything with dashboards. So what do we do after connecting with dashboard? Are we still going to control them with mouse and look at screens? No, we are going to use MIDI controllers for that. So how we're going to do the shortcut? For keyboard shortcut, you go to edit keyboard, or you just Control Shift K or Command Shift K. So my shortcut sources are here. Let me just drop the shortcuts onto the composition monitor so that it has some space. So everything here, blue is keyboard mappable. So okay, we don't want to do keyboard map. Control Shift M is MIDI map. So everything here is MIDI mapping. So I had some sample MIDI maps. Let me just remove those. So let me just go into the panel and try to quickly MIDI map whatever we had. So I'm going to use these buttons as my clip trigger. So I'm going to go fast and try to do ta-ra-ra, like ta-ra-ra-ra-ra, and then this one goes ta-ra-ra-ra-ra, then mask, and then the top, and then the column. I might use them as column. Stop clip button map to this button. Let's have this fader, the video faders mapped. And what else? Okay, now the very important thing is our transition mix. So we will custom that. So we're going to see that very soon. Let's just give the signal. We're going to use one fader for the mix control, transition control. So we need 0 second to 2 second is our range. Let's change all of this. I think 0.2. Yeah. 0.2. Yes, 0.2. This goes to 0.2 because we don't want a 10-second transition. Nobody wants that. So this the whole transition, when the fader is fully down, like here, it's 0 second, and when it's full, it's 0.2, means 2 seconds, like this. Can we see this? Okay, let me just fire a clip. So now it's choppy, and now it's, oh, we have our MIDI mapping here, so we can always, so chop. So that's one way. We can also stop all clips from here. But before everything, let's MIDI map our master. As I said before, this is always my master footage. This is my master stop all, because the button already says stop all. Who am I to change the future here? Okay, let's MIDI map our layer control. This one, let's go to this one, have a layer selector MIDI mapping. Let's have this one as layer selector, this one as layer selector. So when we hit these buttons, we can select these layers. So now let's hit the first layer and then have this one to our layer 1. So wherever I go, this is stuck with this knob, which is very good for me. Let's get out of MIDI mapping. Let's select layer 2. Again, let's go to MIDI mapping. This one, layer 2, this knob. Let's get out of MIDI mapping. Let's go to layer 3. Map layer 3. Though we don't have anything on layer 3, if you may remember, but in future we can always do that. So again, let's go to layer 4, Control Shift M, layer 4, MIDI mapping. All the dashboards are mapped. Yes. So what happens with our master control? Let's go to this one is the most softer one. I would use this fader. This is my first one, my most subtle one. This is little crazy. This is gonna be the twitch. This is the mighty strobe. Let's get out of Control Shift M. Let's check out what happens. Yes, it strobes. This twitches. Okay, so we are pretty much done with the module says MIDI mapping. We have done the MIDI mapping, but I told you that I'm going to do some crazy thing with keyboard. How do we do that? Again, let's have some effects called cube tiles. Let me just drag one interesting something. So this is a cube tiles. Let me just turn the transition down. So this is a cube tile. What this does is this turns everything into cube. I'm just going to drop random effects. Let me black out this. I'm just going to drop random effects. You can do any interesting thing you want to do. Okay, let's have hatchet. What's hatchet? Okay, I love hatchet. Density, you can play with density. You can play with levels. Yeah, the thing I'm trying to do, hatchet makes sense. Hue rotate absolutely needs. So hue rotate, I'm going to put into BPM sync, but I'm going to put into super speedy like this. So as I said before, I'm going to do some keyboard mapping. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3 effects here already. I'm going to do it with one clip, but you can arrange it with any way you want. So okay, kaleidoscope is nice. I love this. Also, this is blackout, maybe noisy. Yeah, this noisy looks okay. Let me increase the noise. And okay, so let's go to Control Shift K for keyboard mapping. I'm going to do this one. Okay, this keyboard is mapped to this FX, but I'm going to turn it to piano and then invert. So only when it's fired, then it is on, or else this is usually off. Piano and invert. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Maybe I'll just do one more button. Piano and invert. Okay, let me just get out of keyboard mapping. So we have some visual and we already have this video fired, but this video is doing no harm to no one. So now let's go. Jiggy chuck, jiggy chuck, jiggy chuck, jiggy chuck, jiggy chuck, jiggy chuck, jiggy chuck. Oh, let me just do with the music. You can do a lot of things with your keyboard, just your keyboard. So okay, last thing we're going to do is we are going to select them all, get rid of this. Okay, you cannot use delete, you can cut or clear. Let me just cut it and remove. So what we're going to do is select all of them other than the audio track. You know what, I'm going to Control Shift K, keyboard map one with this music I'm going to jam today. Control Shift K. So this music goes fine. And also right click, ignore column trigger. That way, if I column trigger this visual, this will ignore the audio. I don't want that. I don't want audio to be triggered. That's fine. Cool. So what we're going to do is select all of them, as I said. Put into, we could bit snap them. Let's not bit snap anything. Make sure everything is in BPM sync. Everything. And trigger style, normal, it's fine. Yeah, everything is fine. So we can do a demo jam. Okay, I think now we can start. So last time we were doing making our playlist plotting. This time we had the controls in our hand. So you can take this idea and apply it to your playlist. I highly suggest you to, especially for the MIDI mapping and keyboard mapping part, make your personal playlist at your preference, where just close your eyes. If there is a fire, where do you run for your fire extinguisher? Just like that. If you close your eyes, where do you see your master fader? Where do you see your strobe? That is your strobing point. Let me know in the comment below what are the things you want me to cover next time, and also join the WhatsApp community to post the next ideas for the next stream. See you next time.